Coming to you live on the Government Access Channel from Mario Bagnoni Chambers in beautiful downtown Erie. It's the Taxpayers Hotline Show with your hosts, Kaz Kwiatkowski and John Steiner.
Wow, you're in a mood.
You know, that song, it's just...
Well, we had 2 weeks off now. We
had a little Memorial Day break. Now, you were out of town, weren't you?
Hey, I was in the deep south.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
What part of the South were you hanging
Mississippi.
around? MISS, ISS?
Yeah. And I took a little side trip when we flew back out of New Orleans.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was walking around the town at night by myself.
New Orleans?
Oh, it'd be tough.
I guess so.
You gotta act like you know what you're doing.
Get us to be a statistic walking around
Well,
downtown
not if you know
New
what
Orleans.
you're doing. You gotta walk smart and
Walk smart. How do you walk smart? Like, don't mess with
don't walk down streets that are off the main path.
Don't hang out.
And walk like you're
Like you can kick butt or like what?
don't act like you're
Don't act like a
intimidated.
tourist or
Yeah.
anything and all lost looking. I could see where you might look.
You always wear your veteran cap. You never know if you're like wacky or.
Yeah, you could go out like Rambo on them.
It could very easily. Yeah.
Yeah, there's another Rambo movie coming out.
There is.
Absolutely.
How many times can he?
Rambo,
Yeah.
Rocky. I mean,
You want to give the rules, John, before we?
Just keep the comments positive. No personal attacks. We're gonna keep the calls to 3 to 5 minutes today. Unless it gets slow, then if you want to call back. But just be positive and have a good day. And we got a caller on the line already. Let's see what he's got to say. You there, caller?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Hi. I'm wondering, what's your opinion on what you think about what's going on with the GE and WebTech?
Oh, there's not much we can say. That's between the union and the management, and I think it's going to come down to, there'll be some. What did happen? There was supposed to be a deadline.
Well, today's the 90th day.
What time is the deadline tonight?
I'm guessing 11:59 tonight. I'm guessing.
I was a little confused where it was last night or tonight. It will come down to, unless they agree to extend it, they each felt they gave up something. It depends who feels that,
The big thing is
it's a tough decision for, you got, the company can very easily go south and get the kind of things they want. At the same time, you feel like the workers are, they got to either give up a great lifestyle.
Well, the thing is the 2-tier wage system.
Yeah, but that's what they're getting away with down south, though.
Yeah,
see?
I mean, it's kind of a way to. They're breaking the unions. That's the whole.
And John, they can
premise
get
of it.
away with it because if they go down to a right to work state,
Yeah,
they can do it.
but the overall impact on our economy.
It would be terrible.
Oh,
Well, it's already terrible. You're still there, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
That plant was easily, I think, when my mother worked there around the war, when they were making refrigerators and things. And it was probably about close to, am I right, about 20 or was it 12? It was huge.
yeah,
Remember, they had traffic lights in there, they had police officers.
right.
You had traffic control. You probably had, somebody give me the right numbers, probably somewhere between 12 and 20.
Right,
And, it's nowhere near the impact it was then.
right.
And but if it was to move now,
Yeah, do you remember when Lawrence Park, they asked for a tax deduction? And everybody else said, okay, we'll work with you. And Lawrence Park told them, no, we're not gonna work with you.
I can tell you this, when I was on the school board and Iroquois faced the first round of GE cuts,
Yeah,
when they really downsized the plant,
Yeah.
they were really worried about how they're gonna keep the school district going.
Yeah.
Now, if this was to go out,
if this goes out, Iroquois is gonna have to shut down.
well, they had to merge with somebody, nobody wanted them.
No,
really.
they were talking about just recently them merging with Harbor Creek. Harbor Creek
But-
doesn't want them.
Well, no, because, they tried to merge with Mill Creek, Harbor Creek, and even the city offered,
Yeah.
and, nothing
Nobody-
happened.
They don't wanna merge with the city
What, sometimes you got no choice.
Well, you know, they have, trust me, they'll merge with anybody.
Yeah,
in
but
the city.
back then, John, Harbor Creek and Mill Creek didn't want them, just so you
They
know.
still don't want them.
Well, I mean, so what are you gonna do?
I don't know, they're gonna have to come to the
I
city.
mean, if they ain't got the money to run the school district, they gotta do something.
If GE folds out Lawrence Park, they're toast.
Why, what do you think is gonna happen?
Oh, I'm not sure. I was just curious what you guys think because you guys are the professionals.
Well, we're not professional. We have nothing to do with it. The problem is, not even the mayor does. They may talk to him and all, but really, it's down to the union and management. And I think it's gonna be a very critical, what happens, you know, within the next 24 to 48 hours, if they have an extension, let's say.
Yeah, we need to see if, Scott Slauson he's the president of the UE 506.
I mean, he's probably busy right now, but
Yeah.
maybe, you know, I've talked to Scott, and you know, everybody said it's easy for workers, you know, just give up, you know. It's not easy when,
The middle class cat is disappearing.
well, I mean, you know, they obviously, in some ways I agree, like if you're laid off and you come back,
And then you go back to your normal wages, not a lower tier.
Yeah,
Because
but-
that's what they're gonna do. They're
see-
gonna just slowly
but see, John,
diminish.
if you look what they're doing in the South,
Yeah,
you know, in these right-to-work states,
Yeah.
like Ohio,
Yeah.
they get away with it because the law's on their side, and that's what, so what you got now is you got a state that doesn't allow it, so the union
yeah.
has a right to you know, don't
I mean,
forget,
I can't it blows my mind that the federal government, each state can do, you know, you have a right to.
Yeah.
I mean, not only are we battling other countries, we're battling other states
what's how they steal from us.
and other cities.
You
Oh,
wonder,
yeah.
you wonder why everybody's in North Carolina?
Yeah.
It's not hard to figure out.
Right, right to work state.
If you go down to I went down to Winston-Salem, High Point, Greensboro,
Yeah,
one of the triangles they call it.
yeah,
There's many triangles, 3 of them, I think, down to 2 or 3.
yeah,
And you see every factory that was in Erie.
Yeah.
You got Copes, Vulcan, Lords, right down the line.
Right.
And somebody I knew has a building there. And basically they're adding a mile of road every once in a while without any problem.
right,
And just building new buildings and tax incentives,
right,
and that's what we're up against.
yeah. Anything else, caller?
Oh no, you answer it. Thank you guys.
Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
The thing is, you know, he brings up a good point, because if GE goes out, I mean, you know, we were joking once, if US Steel came to Erie,
Yeah,
how would you like to have just a paper towel concession?
yeah, right.
I mean, you know, you laugh about that?
That place over there leaves Erie, we're toast too.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, John, are you off the air?
No, we are on the air.
Because you're not coming on TV.
Really, we're on here, we can see it.
Well, I called Cat to say program, and they said that it's not coming out of City Hall.
Huh.
I don't know, the guy just called us, we'll have to wait and see if anybody else has
Yeah, but
problems.
he called before. I don't even think he watched. I think he calls
Yeah,
because he was on hold before we were even on the air.
but we're getting a feed right here now,
Yeah, we're getting
we're watching it.
Okay, because I tried, I didn't get it, and Spectrum got a hold
What
of
did
Cat
Mike say?
TV, and
he said it's working.
they told me they checked it, and sure enough, it came back on.
You know, my mother had trouble, and she had to call
Oh,
the,
I had to get my whole house rewired, Doc.
yeah, mine too. And, but my mother, all they did with her was, with my mother, they said there was a line outside that was, it had to be replaced.
Yeah.
Out on the pole.
Yeah.
Then they rebooted her TV from the head end.
Yeah,
Right.
Or you can try rebooting yours. You know how to
that's
do it?
what you could do. Yeah, unplug your box from behind, and you know, obviously turn everything off. Unplug your box.
Yeah, just the power part of it.
Yeah, and then, you know, wait a couple seconds, then plug it back in, and then turn it back
Then you have to
on.
wait till it cycles through, and
I did that about 10 times, and I realized.
yeah,
you
my
know,
mother had trouble, and she had to.
Yeah.
They had to finally send a guy out.
That's what I had to do. I mean, I had a guy.
Supposedly, Doc, they told us they're changing once again. They're monkeying around with. They're changing some of the channel positions, so I bet you they're doing some.
Again?
Yeah, that's what they told my
What,
mother.
they're trying to put us down like 100,000 more channels?
Well, that's what they told my mother.
I mean, we're already in the middle of like the place where nobody goes. it was, we had 10 people that watched when we were on Channel 9. Now we're down to like Doc and John and the other guy, but now we're like
Somebody will
7.
call if we're off, but try rebooting it, Doc.
Well, I'm going to reboot it again, but I've rebooted it already, and it's,
Oh,
Well, you know what you may have to do? You may have to call them. I hate to tell you that.
oh God.
Because they came out, they did my house, they did John's house.
Yep.
And they had to monkey around with a wire in front of my mother's house. And, you know, they brought a new wire into hers.
Oh yeah, they were up on my telephone pole, but it took me.
on their section, it's called coming through on the CAT program, so I called CAT, and the guy checked, he said, okay, and about an hour later, it's on. So the CAT, whatever the CAT program did,
How about you got the school district channel? They're like one up or down from us?
from City Hall, the city, I said, where's the kid coming from? He said, City Hall.
Mike said the signal's going out though.
Yeah, he said he just checked the cable. He said all's
Try the school district channel too, see if they're on there.
Yeah.
It's not on either.
What? Oh, it's not either?
Uh-oh. That's not good.
That doesn't sound like us though.
Uh-uh.
That sounds like a,
That's a cable problem.
yeah, if it was just us, Doc, I would believe
Yeah.
it, but
All right. I know the symptoms. If I was, as your doctor, I recommend you call your cable company and,
I have 1022, I don't have 1023 or 1024 or 1025.
yep, there you go. That sounds like, that don't sound like a city hall problem.
well, what you do is you pay for those channels, so you don't have to pay for them to come over. And
I think those are on the,
those are on your basic
I
package.
think so, yeah.
So so you don't have to pay for them to, and actually sometimes it's good to get new cables and new upgrades.
Well, you know,
your picture's better.
I know I would, Doc, I'm betting, I know I was one of the first ones to get cable in the city. Because they started on that side of town. So some of those cables are pretty old.
Yeah, they are.
So they had to rewire my house, and they said
Yeah.
part of the problem was, the wire wasn't capable of taking the new bandwidth.
Yeah.
Well, I had Spectrum from Wisconsin, from Buffalo, from Cleveland,
Yeah.
from Cincinnati. They all sent out,
You got internet with them?
huh?
You have internet and phone with them too?
Yep.
Is any of them bothering you?
House is bothered. It's just your channel.
I think there's some, if it's a school district too, then it's not us.
I don't think it's us.
That's a bigger problem. If it was just us, I would buy it, but
Sounds
if,
like
if the
the
school
exact
district's
problem
off and,
I had.
what's 1025, Mercyhurst or something?
I don't know all that. All I know is us in school district.
But we're like we're right next to each other.
Yeah.
You get 1024.
We're 1024, yeah.
I think 1023 is Mercyhurst or
Yeah.
the school district. So we're all pretty much together.
No. I'll call them again, but right now you're not on the air.
Well, we'll wait and see. Maybe John will call or something.
We're online though, if you're that desperate. You can catch us online.
We get a lot of
too.
people who listen.
Oh yeah, we do. DJ listens to us on.
I can't even listen to you.
You can. Oh,
Wow.
go on the internet then.
Yeah, the internet. We're on that. What's that called? Live stream or Ustream or what's that called?
I don't.
Something.
I just go right to the city hall site and.
Yeah, City Hall site. Then go to City Council. Scroll down. YouTube. Oh.
YouTube.
That guy.
He knows everything.
That guy earns his money around here.
He's our engineer. He's the
He
man.
is the engine. He's the
Mike is the
engineer
man.
Here. All right, Doc. Sorry we couldn't help you.
Okay, we'll try something else.
All right. Have a good day. Let us know how it turns out.
It's the communism taking over.
All right. Have a good day.
Evil.
Obama did it.
The evil empire again. Well, you gotta blame it on.
Holy.
Hey, look at that. You said nobody
Jeez.
watches.
It's our 8th watcher. Hello. Go on. You're on the air.
Loud and clear on my TV.
Okay.
See, it's gotta be, I bet you it's something in his area, probably is,
Yeah.
some of the cables are getting old in the city and,
Could be.
yeah, they had to rewire my house, cause I was having trouble, my mother had trouble, she's on the other side of town.
They did mine too.
You know,
Yeah,
Verizon people.
I think what it is, you know, as they put the new channels on there, they need more bandwidth and the old cable was old. It couldn't handle it, so it gets overloaded.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it.
All that I got you guys on the air.
Well, I appreciate
You got a
that.
question though, or?
Hold on, my garbage pickup is on Thursday evening.
Yeah, like mine.
Why would it street sweeper come through on a Wednesday afternoon?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. They should be there on,
Day after, Friday.
yeah.
Because you drive down the street and there's grass clippings and everything else all
See,
over this.
I was out of town, so I didn't see it, but, I'll bring it up to them. It doesn't sound right.
No, that doesn't make
Oh,
sense.
this has happened before, quite a few times.
Yeah, it just, the timing would be better, if, like, after they picked up the garbage,
I'll tell you though, I've seen them out, like at 6 o'clock in the morning, they are out.
Did they have the water running? They never have the water running.
I didn't notice, cause they were a couple blocks
Did they
ahead.
have the water running, sir?
I don't know, I think it was, the ground was wet.
Cause they never,
Yeah.
they never pump water out of them. I don't know why.
I know. They go down the street and it's like a cloud of dust.
When we were kids, we loved it when they hooked up at the fire hydrants.
Yeah.
Put the shorts on and look,
Yeah.
tell the guy, don't tighten it too much. Let the water spray out a little bit.
Well, I'm just glad to see that they're out and about, so they are doing.
Okay, I'll
they're
let
doing-
somebody else call.
All right,
thank
thanks for letting us know that.
I do know we ruffled some feathers 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you feather ruffler.
Oh, we did.
With who?
How dare we call upstairs?
Oh, really?
Oh, did I hear about it?
Go ahead, caller.
Yes, hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I wanted to give praise to the city, how the city has good relations with the black community. I'm a black man myself in UPA. I just want to say that Bill Clinton was a negative person for the black community. He put a lot of black people in prison, and Bill Clinton is a sex offender. And the truth to America is AlexJones.com.
Okay.
AlexJones.com, and Bill Clinton's a rapist.
All right, have a good day.
Community.
Yeah, we ruffled some feathers bad.
Oh, I knew you were gonna get it.
Well, I don't care. You know
No,
what?
you don't care.
I first of all, I get paid by the people.
Yeah,
I don't answer to the administration.
yeah,
I answer to the 90-some thousand people that are out there.
yeah,
That's my bosses.
exactly. Go ahead, caller.
All right, you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, I want to talk about that cable box. I'm having the same problem you are.
Yeah, I bet you, you know what? My mother had the same, it seems like they will try, if you call the, that 800 number, they will try to reboot it from where they are,
That's what they'll do.
and they'll tell you to try to reboot it too.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, what they're gonna do is send somebody out there, and they're probably gonna find that one of your wires is either old or,
Yeah,
but that'd be my advice to you if you're having trouble.
that's exactly. what
Just
I
call
had-
them, that's
I had
all.
to go through it about 6 months ago. Exact what you just said.
I have the Time Warner box. I'm grandfathered in on the Time Warner.
Yeah,
Oh, good Lord.
but they still gotta take care of you though.
See, then they charge you more. You lose some of the channels.
Yeah, I found that out. You know why? Here's how they hosed me. And I should have saw it coming. My wife needed more bandwidth on the internet. And the only way you can get it is you have to go to Spectrum.
Yeah.
So, and I lost my Time Warner thing, which, yeah, now if you want to upgrade service, there's only 3 levels. Like in the old days with Time Warner, if you wanted like a sports package, you could lock in 6 or 7 channels extra. You wanted the variety movie pack, 6 or 7 channels, not a big hit. Now you gotta go either silver, what do they call it? Silver, gold, or bronze, or platinum, or something.
Platinum, yeah.
So I mean, they really hit you. You got it too, right, sir?
Yeah, I was going to do that. I was having trouble. And then they gave me a list. I said, my God, I'm losing all these channels.
I lost I like football, so I lost the NHL channel, and I lost the NFL Red Zone, because I took the middle
You
package.
don't even have the NFL. Oh, you took the middle package?
Yeah, so now if I want to go up to, I have to go up to the big package, and that's
Yeah.
not like a little jump, you know.
Let's put it this way. I went from DirecTV to Spectrum. I lost a lot of the channels that I wanted, that I liked, that I got with the basic DirecTV.
And sir, they get you with the internet speed. That's what my wife really wanted.
That's how they got me.
Because all of a sudden her computer was bogging down, and I looked at the speed. You can go on, the internet and find your speed.
Yeah.
It wasn't even where it should have been.
What I did, I rebooted it and plugged the TV in the box.
Yeah, still doesn't work?
It works for about 15 minutes, and then they'll go off, and then they'll come back, and they won't stay on long. But on the other TV I don't have the regular box. I just have that adapter.
Yeah.
It's on good on here.
Yeah, that's the
You're
box.
probably gonna have to call them, because they wound up.
Some channels. I mean, I can watch on there, but that's the problem. They want you to get rid of the box.
Yeah.
Switch the box and go to that other package where you're losing the channels and paying more money.
Yeah, right.
You can't win. I mean, you're never going to win with these people.
No, then I got some football games I got taped, and I can't transfer them. You know, so,
Browns wins.
well, no, Army Navy game, Notre Dame bowl games.
Browns haven't won very much lately, so.
That's gonna change.
That's-
But anyway, I tried to, they want me to turn my box in. I go, I don't wanna turn my box in, you know.
Yeah, right. They got you.
They one way or the other.
Absolutely.
All right, I just wanted to let you know that's part of the problem.
Tell them you wanna keep your box. Tell them, is there another don't let them talk you into a box if you don't want to.
See, the trouble is, I live in an apartment building, and they'd have to rewire the whole place. That's if it was just me, having them come in.
Well, what they found out with my mother was, it wasn't her house, it was like the cable was leading out to the pole.
Yeah,
There was a problem on the pole there.
right.
And so they just ran that wire coming in. They didn't rewire her inside of her house.
Well, usually
With
that's-
me, they had to rewire the inside of my house.
Oh, really?
All these wires here are probably from the 80s when they first
Oh, absolutely.
everything. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, I just want to let you guys know that.
Hey,
All right,
thank you.
Thanks for calling. So you got spanked, huh?
Oh, just challenged. Did you ever read there's an Edgar Allan Poe story called The Cask of Amontillado?
Yeah.
There's a saying in there, I'll tell you later. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, my television's coming real clear.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
Hey, I was going to ask you, do you know, Kaz, there was a little discussion about the motorcycles coming in, and they have the fee, for all their security.
Right.
They said, why did the mayor let the rib roast come in here? Do they pay for theirs?
Yes, they do.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
In fact, the new thing that's coming in, the Gears and Grubs,
Yeah,
the one that was out of Westbury Plaza,
right.
I talked to Mr. Rocco, and they had already talked to the police chief, to the mayor's office, to Dave Rocco. They agreed to pay for security, and, everything's okay with them. And the rib roast, I talked to the lady that runs the ribs, and she's always been willing to, pay her fair share.
Okay, that's because I agree with the mayor about the motorcycles,
Yeah.
But this guy told me, well, why did you let the rib roast come in for free?
Well, there are agreements with every one of them, and I will double check for you on the rib. I do know that the Gears and Grubs, I talked to like Mr. Rocco, and
They said 100%.
they had already agreed that, whatever security they need above and beyond. And, well, remember this, now, they don't need the same level that
Right.
you would for that, so, they were willing to pay for extra police officers and everything, on their own.
Right.
And we wouldn't have to have, too much, monitoring that. Maybe with Gears and Grubs, there might be a couple, but I really don't think so. It's gonna be probably low key.
Yeah.
And, but, yeah, for years, they got away with it, and,
This guy was telling me that Manufacturers Association did a little rake off that motorcycle thing. There's somebody going some pockets.
well, he didn't want to admit it, but, one of the big directors there was, when he retired, he started taking money out of, the nonprofit portion of it, which is legal. I mean, he's not doing anything wrong, but, they covered their salaries okay, but they didn't want to, some of the, I wasn't part of the negotiations, but from what the, administration tells us, they sure didn't want to cooperate.
Yeah. Well, I would welcome the motorcycles in the city of Erie if they pay their fair share. That's how I feel about it.
Well, it is a big expense, and, every time there's a police officer down there, that's one less that we got in our neighborhood. And, same thing with our, streets workers and everybody else. While they're doing that, that's something they can't be doing somewhere else,
And the people say, oh, the poor businesses downtown and the motels up on 90.
Yeah.
They get all the, well, let them kick in $500 a piece.
Well, first of all, we get nothing out of the hotels up on I-90.
I know.
And, you know, as for businesses, for every one that loved the Roar on the Shore, there was an equal amount that didn't like it because they had nothing to do with the beer sales. If you were a dry cleaner, if you were a high-class restaurant, you probably didn't benefit much. You know, if you sold beer and sandwiches, you might. But of course, then they had all the food vendors who were from out of town, by the way. You know, and then some businesses like the ice cream lady had to shut down. And they go, well, you know, what's that? Well, she had to shut down for that, for celebrating, because they put the stage right by her business.
Yeah.
You know, you can't shut down businesses for 2 weeks or 3 weeks a year and be happy about it.
Did you ever go out to that Gears and Grub thing?
No.
I haven't either. I mean, I wonder how much more that the food trucks and the local vendors will make
Down
at this
here.
location
I
compared
heard,
to
I
that
heard,
location.
I heard they're real happy coming down here and they're gonna cooperate with us. So
Good.
you rest assured, sir, I think it's gonna work out good.
Well,
Cause I know the chief was aware of it and he's working with them and,
well, the last thing I'll say is, God bless the state troopers out there in Northeast. They're
Well,
going
you-
to have their hands full.
I'll tell you what, I don't know how much they're gonna put up with out there because, you know, then you got the volunteer, you know, they got volunteer fire policemen
Yeah.
who are gonna have to direct traffic out there.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess.
I mean, a couple hotels in Erie made out, but by and large, most hotels are out in this, you know.
Eventually, you know,
Yeah.
people are gonna have to pay to park out there too. So get ready for that one.
Oh,
Cause those people that own that speedway,
yeah.
they made, people pay $20 to park for a charity 5K run out there.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So they'll be calling us, they'll be calling us back.
Isn't it amazing too? He comes up with a major sponsor right after he pulls out of the city.
And it just immediately has a
It,
spot.
it makes you, a lot of things don't pass the smell test.
Who's their new sponsor?
Allstate,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, well, okay.
And the mayor was quoted saying that might have made a difference if, you know, somebody paid a little bit of our,
It's sad to see him go, and it's unfortunate, but we got Gears and Grub, and, you know, same scenario.
hey, you got, you know, the merchants that are down here gutting it out every week, you gotta think of them too.
Yeah. Anything else, caller?
Oop, you must have,
Anything else?
a good call though.
Yeah, we got a lot of good calls today.
But yeah, they, you know, the other vendors on these events, they've been pretty supportive of, you know, and they don't draw the attention,
Yeah.
you know, so we you know,
Honestly, I'd rather have the local vendors here myself. I'm not a motorcycle enthusiast. I mean, but I did come last year down to the Roar.
I mean, if it
Shore.
can be handled properly with the right money, you know.
Yeah, I think it's good for
But
the
you-
economy. I don't think it's a bad thing.
But you know, you gotta also remember who it hurts too, you know.
So, yeah, the brick and mortar business, some of them down here.
Oop.
They seem to be forgotten. I mean,
Who's that, the brick and mortar?
yeah. I mean, it's like, oh, food trucks, everything else, and you know, we gotta block your store. That's okay.
Yeah.
But
And we do it.
you know, but it comes with the territory, I guess. You guys, I saw you guys were. You get a lot of pushback on the ordinance about the drinking in the park, or what was going on
Not yet,
with that?
we really haven't unrolled it yet. The mayor announced it, but we haven't seen it in ordinance form.
Okay.
And, it'll be, we're gonna have a little discussion on it because council wants to know how far reaching it is, you know.
So the mayor's office proposed that ordinance?
They can do it, anybody can.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I agree with them. There's so many, there's so many drunks.
Well, I would say this, I agree with, yeah, you know, actually, I'd like to go further. There's no reason why you really need, except on, you know, like when you had the block parties, that was
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah.
But in most towns, you cannot walk down the street.
Open
Yeah.
container laws. The park down here, people don't realize that haven't been down here. And honestly, it took, I used to live down in this neighborhood, so I used to be downtown a lot.
Yeah.
And then, you know, about a year and a half ago, I stood up here on State Street and observed about, you know, watched some things, what was going on down here. And, we need that ordinance.
Well, you know, John Buchna showed me pictures of things that they hide in a tree. And think about this, you got little kids, have you ever been downtown
Oh,
during the
yeah.
daytime?
Yeah,
You ever see all those little kids walking with
Yeah.
daycare centers?
yep,
Now, they go through the park,
yeah.
and do you really want them seeing that?
What we have in this park during the day,
Yeah,
most people don't know, are vagrants, drunks,
yeah.
drug users,
Well, there used to be a lot of hypodermics.
and a lot of sex offenders.
And you know what, if you're changing the image, first of all, a lot of people, we got a rule, hey, you're gonna laugh, you're not allowed to sleep in the park.
Yeah, 'cause
Now, there's a reason why, like if you're sitting there in a blanket, they're probably not gonna bother you,
yeah,
But basically it's to cover people like, you go to Chicago,
yeah,
their parks are actually open where you can sit on the benches.
right,
Your kids can play in the playgrounds, and they got volunteers, maybe this is what we gotta do.
Yeah.
You got volunteers walking through the park, keeping it, clean. They got like little radios on them.
right.
And the purpose is, nobody wants to be mean. And one of my council members was telling me, trying to argue the point that, the park belongs to, the poor people too. That's their backyard. Yes, we're not
does.
debating about
It does.
the people that live in the apartments.
Correct.
What we're saying is, the people that go out there and drink beer and shoot up and do whatever they're doing, they don't belong there.
The people that live in these apartments, they do deserve that park. I agree.
Just like we do.
But it's gotten to the point where,
It comes with rules though.
yeah, it's out of hand at times. I mean, I drive by here and I look in that park and I go, oh my God.
Wait, do you remember the gazebo, how bad it was?
Yeah, I mean, it was, it's unfortunate, there's a war going on in our community that somehow the rich people are taking over downtown and blah, 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 blah. We have to get a happy, medium.
They talk gentrification, John, okay? You
Yeah.
brought that up, right?
Yeah, I brought
But
it
when
up.
I was a kid, we had gentrification. You know what that was called? Good manners.
Yeah,
No, I mean, seriously, there was a time when you could go down to the park,
yeah,
you could buy a bag of popcorn,
yeah,
you could buy some ice cream, you could watch the fountain change colors,
right,
and you might have had an occasional, what we would call the old wino,
right.
but you didn't have what we have today. The park was the people's park.
I know for sure, for a fact of what's going on with my job that I work now. I know for sure what's going on over there. And we need to keep an eye on that park, the people that are going in and out of that park.
Well, yeah.
There's the whole premise of downtown. Well, you can't have gentrification. Nobody built, spent millions of dollars on restoring the Boston store apartments to new, updated them to have Section 8 housing in there. Everybody who invests money wants at least market rate housing. So to hear the word gentrification because the downtown area you need people with purchasing power in your downtown area. So the rest of the area, when you look at a demographic study, is, it's not more suited for other stores other than Dollar General.
Well, I mean, John, let's face it, you go to a concert and you spend $70 to $100 on a
Yeah.
ticket. I think I'm in the right ballpark.
Unfortunately, yeah, you are.
But even if you don't go there, if you go to the Playhouse,
Yeah,
you go to Gannon basketball, you go
Yeah.
to Seawolves game, okay?
yeah,
And you decide that you'd like to take whoever's with you or yourself alone and go have a drink, go have a sandwich
right,
at one of the nice places.
yeah,
You don't want to be hassled. Okay, you ever been, when you go to Cleveland, right?
Yep.
And you're near the ballpark, so I imagine it's the same in Pittsburgh.
yeah,
You don't feel like you're,
right.
you can walk around at,
Kaz, every single time I walk out of the Plymouth, every single time,
you get panhandled.
I get panhandled.
Yeah. And
To
we
the
got an
point-
ordinance against it.
To the point where my friend, because.
And we got an ordinance, John.
I feel sorry for people. I do. Like if I got here, take it. And it's like my friends like, here's $1. We give them money. I mean, it's like you shouldn't give them money. They wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, every single time. Go ahead, caller.
You know, John, 16501, I think those people have an average earning power of like $10,000 or $12,000 a year.
What do you think's, hey, Wags, what do you think's gonna happen, Rich?
Yeah.
When you put a couple nice apartments down there, like Erie's gonna do?
Yeah.
What do you think happens at 16501 now?
Oh, it should change.
I mean,
the
why anybody was surprised at it?
yeah.
Basically, 16501 is the commercial aspect of the Erie. And the only people who really live there now are, people that are on Section 8 housing or low income and.
Any successful city, your downtown area has to be for kind of the affluent people. I'm too broke. I couldn't live down here.
Well, no, I mean, every town I've been to now, well, even Allentown, which they always use.
Yeah.
And Peoria, towns I've been to.
Yeah.
Like Allentown, for instance, is putting in a 8 or 9 story apartment building with what they call moderate to income, what do you call it, moderate to,
Income levels.
income level housing.
Yeah.
So I mean.
Market rate housing?
Market rate housing, you know it, Rich?
Yeah.
So I mean, because people are, and Gannon has, I think in their heart of hearts, along with Erie, would like their agents and their professors to maybe live close downtown.
I mean, right now, we have an opportunity. I think we all know where the money's coming from.
And it's their money.
It's their money.
And
there's gonna be pushback, there's gonna be fights, there's gonna be, people that aren't happy, you're gonna have people screaming there, but when we're all dead and gone, our next generation, the downtown area needs to be, not only inclusive, but it needs to be the media revenue, or the earning power of the people in the city has to be able to support a demographic study for where a grocery store, a drugstore, or
And there are plans,
businesses
and there are
want
plans
to
for it.
relocate here.
And there are plans for all that.
Other than a Family Dollar
Well, yeah, I agree with you.
and a dollar beer store.
And there are plans for all that. But, it's gonna come slow.
It's gonna take time, and you're gonna have naysayers. You can't have gentrification when people in the Lower East Side, where I grew up, they've been trying to sell their homes and they've been deteriorating for decades.
Yeah.
And the property values have gone. Nobody wants to buy them. How can you force people out of somewhere where nobody wants? They're begging you to buy their property.
And I'm all for what's going on down there, and it's private money. Some people might get hurt a little bit by it, but the overall picture for what I see going on, if it's allowed to move forward, I think there's more winners than there are losers, and the losers would be few and far between. I really feel that in my heart.
Well, I think you're right. And you know what? Council up to now has not stopped them.
No.
And the administration of council we've listened to all the plans from the various people as they come in there. And you know what? When it's their dime, people they all got mad. Look, I agree. I felt bad that they kicked out those restaurants.
Oh yeah.
But that's their building though. We can't, stop them.
How can you possibly re-renovate an entire structure and have restaurants open at the same time? Between all the trucks and all the construction, all the
But look what's coming downtown. We got coffee shops now. We got different things. Yes. And it's going to be you're right. It's going to be a slow thing, Rich.
Once this pot of money dries up, and we all know who it is. I mean, Rich, you know who it is.
But it's just going to take time. And you know something? It takes people with money sometimes to make money, and there's going to, honestly, it's just, right over there on 4th and 5th Street, I think, where you grew up, John, some of those areas where they bought up some houses and knocked them down, it looks pretty nice over there with some of them new houses.
And you know what happens? Success breeds success. Everybody wants to be, everybody loves a winner. So you know what? I don't think the money will ever dry up, John. You know what I think's going to happen? People are going to want to jump on this bandwagon.
Well, unfortunately, the window is closing.
Yeah.
I mean, their age is involved and opportunity is involved to where.
But I mean, once people see what's happening.
Well, yeah, they're
going to jump on the old bandwagon.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, look what everybody's pitching. Marquette's throwing in.
Yeah. They all want to be part of success.
They're all throwing in here. Yeah. But they got the big dog saying, hey, you got Hands bought the Boston store.
Yeah.
Where do you think Hands? Oh, they're loaded, they're that loaded now, they go by. They're all working together, which is a great thing. And then you get people out there saying it's a terrible, I don't get it. I don't get it.
People got mad at us when Nick Scott got a $5 million, from the, but I keep telling people, if all these things are so valuable, the Bayfront, this land, that land,
Yeah.
why isn't anybody built there?
The people that built those townhouses by Arby's,
Yeah.
they lived in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they had no idea.
No clue. And not what's his name took that over, so at least it's a law. I'd rather have Nick Scott getting grant money.
Yeah.
Because Nick Scott, his family, his employees, they're adding to our local economy.
And now Rick Griffin has to figure out what to do with that.
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother topic.
But at least he's a local guy with a.
There's always gonna be rich and poor, throughout time and history.
Rich, I get in arguments because
Oh, yeah.
I've talked to Griffin, I've talked to Kennedy, to Scott, and they're businessmen, yes, and they all got more money than I do, but you know what?
The more,
I tend to value their word more than I do a lot of people.
Think about Cicini with Griswold,
Yeah.
the post office, and I can't think of the guy's name from logistics. And then with Rick Griffin in the middle there, and he'll eventually fix that up. And then you got State Street, which is a little iffy. I don't know who owns all those. And
Yeah.
then you get over to Level Place. So that swath of land from Sass to Holland, 12th to 14th, if you took a snapshot of that, it's looking pretty good, and it's starting to get all hooked together,
And you got Junior's over there, he's thinking about, going upstairs too.
yeah, and Rich, you forgot the Innovation District.
yeah.
I mean, they're not playing around. There is some serious stuff.
Do you notice how Velocity Net got in on it too?
Yeah.
And we include them in our plan because they weren't part of it.
Yeah.
Because, everybody's feeling success now. The
Absolutely.
hotel, how about the Avalon? The Avalon is upgrading, the
Yeah,
hotel.
people
Did you see that?
are buying into it, and for the gentrification aspect of it, everybody, what is the tides raise all boats?
Yeah.
Rising tides raise all boats. We create more jobs, family sustaining jobs, not these junk Family Dollar jobs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, then the tax base grows, then it spreads out from there.
Yeah.
But we have to stay the course.
Yeah.
Do not let the naysayers bring this down, because we only got one bite at this apple.
Well, this is probably the best bite we've ever had. You know what?
This is the best and
well,
only one.
What
you're
makes
gonna
this
have.
better than when I was a kid in high school? That was all government money,
Yeah.
and as quick as
This
it
is
came, it
private.
dried up. Yeah.
So, and it's not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
So we have to take advantage of it and use it. And what you guys, the government, I think you guys are doing a pretty good job.
Well, what I'm worried about in the future, I'm going to tell the new people that come in,
Yeah.
it's nice to have all your ideas,
Yeah.
but please remember that you represent the whole city.
Yeah.
And, right now, these are probably the most difficult times where it's going to take a lot of cooperation on all levels.
I'm not saying go and throw people out of their homes. But let's say if you bought Richford Arms.
Yeah.
But you need to have, if they got all this dough,
We'll have a backup plan where to put them.
have somewhere nicer to put them.
Hey, John,
Yeah.
I just got one thing to say, and then I'll hang up and let somebody call in. When you were talking about the 3 restaurants getting thrown out, think about this. Anything that was built before 1978 has lead paint in it. So that building where they threw out the 3 restaurants would definitely qualify.
Yeah.
If you go and get the housing authority to remediate your house for lead paint, guess what they do with you while they're remediating the paint?
They probably got to vacate.
No, because you can't stay there.
Hey, Rich, what'd be nice is if they ever, I don't know if a lot of people remember, but those buildings are architecturally relevant, some of them.
Yeah.
It would be
hey.
nice to open up the underground businesses again.
Yeah, once they're dolled up, Cass, they'll be beautiful.
Did you know there was underground businesses there?
No, I didn't. I really didn't.
Yeah, the sidewalk covers them.
Yeah.
The building
but,
that's on the
they'll
co-
be beautiful when they're done.
We're not-
I wish I would. Sometimes I'm glad I'm 72, and there's other times I wish I'd be around to see what the outcome of this. But I might not make it because I'm getting so damn old. But
The rest of the
it's exciting, and I'll watch the progress, and I'll be a cheerleader for that group, Persinger and his group, and anybody that's when now I'm not going to think of his name, the guy that's got 14th and Peach and stuff.
Oh, Griffin.
Griffith.
like to see what he's doing.
Well, I had a long talk with him one time at Cloud9,
Yeah,
and I talked to him, and basically I told him, I said, feel free to work with council and the administration. Well, he does anyway, but
yeah.
when people put money in, like he's got, he's renovated a few properties,
Yeah,
and there's only so much he can do. The market is not.
yeah.
This ain't a growing community or a county right now.
Be an
But-
enabler, Kaz, down
Yes, he
there on
is,
council for these good projects, and you know the good ones from the bad ones.
Yeah, and I think, long term, when he figures out what to do with those apartments
Yeah,
and the level building and all that,
yeah.
you'll start to see some things turn around,
I mean, we need people downtown with disposable income.
Yep. They got to have a little money in their pocket. You're right.
I mean, that's where the restaurants, that's where the stores, that's where
Imagine being able to walk from Junior's to the park and not be hassled.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't walk out of the Plymouth. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. Kat.
I believe you, John.
Every time I walk out of there, it's, hey, so can I bother you for a second? Can I, you got any change? It's like every single time. And
Look, there's always going to be poor people, but
and I mean, I always give them stuff. I always do. It's like, oh, here you go, or if I have leftovers or takeout, here you go, just eat. I don't like giving them money because I know they're just gonna buy some hooch with it.
But I really do think when you go out on a night on the town,
Yeah.
and most of it's, let's be honest.
Yeah.
If you're going to entertainment, a hockey game, anything, downtown.
Yeah.
You don't want to be.
You don't want to be hassled.
Oh, Rich hung up.
Rich is like, I gotta go.
That was a good call, though.
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller.
Good afternoon.
Hey,
Just got home.
the fisherman's back.
Yeah, I just had my cataract removed and I was a little groggy, but I'm,
Oh, did you get the surgery?
yeah,
Which eye? Left, right?
right.
What'd you think of it?
It was fantastic.
Laser?
Pardon?
Did you have the laser?
No, I had removed, I had the surgery itself, not laser.
Well, I mean, I had my, when they took my cataract out, they also removed my lens,
Yeah?
and they put a new lens in, so they used my wife had the laser, I had the regular knife cut.
Well, I was having trouble with the right eye anyways, and they wanted help.
Oh, you probably, when you get your sight back, you'll be like, honest to God, it's like somebody took a sheet off your, it's like you got a new set of eyes back.
Because the right eye was in problems anyways. But the reason why I called, did you get an answer on citations from the...
Well, I got chastised.
He got his butt kicked last week.
They called me in Mississippi. They were disappointed that I brought it up publicly.
You didn't bring it up publicly.
Well, yeah, I called them on the phone.
Well, I did it, and you should call everybody up in those offices and put them on the spot
Well,
to see if they're doing their job.
I said, good thing Mario wasn't here. Mario and Jim used to do this all the time.
Yeah, Mario, they did.
And Jimmy.
Why'd they stop?
You should be honored.
They, people got away from the pothole stuff as much.
Yeah.
So besides that, I see you have a councilwoman wanting to put hydration in the park. Give me a break. What happened to the old...
Well, no, you can blame me for that, John, okay?
No, I can't blame you.
Well,
I'm blaming...
She asked about why there isn't a fountain in the park,
Well,
and Public Works told her it was too expensive, and I go,
expensive, but they were there before.
yes, they were. In fact, the fountain is still there, but it doesn't work. So all she said was, I said, put a resolution in, ask them to study how much it would cost, try to work in conjunction with the water authority. If for a public, we wanted to put one there and maybe one at, I can't remember what the resolution said. Was it Glenwood, John?
Yeah,
There's one there and one at but we should have one in the park for the little kids and all that.
right at the corner.
How much would it cost to actually run a pipe there,
Not very much.
So she was getting nowhere with Public Works, so I said, you know what? Council makes the rules. Just put a resolution in, order them to make a study, and then when we get the study back, if we want it, we'll just order them to put it in.
All they need is a tee off one of the lines
Yeah,
and a fountain.
right. And that old fountain's still there. Remember the one with the 4?
I never really even thought of that.
I remember the one that was on the corner there.
Yeah, they moved it, when they did the park renovation.
Everything else
Yeah.
around it, and there was
You should
one
have
across
one.
the street in that park.
Well, here's one, John, you'll laugh at. The only fountain on the Bayfront Parkway, or the East Side Connector, is way out by almost McClellan.
You're kidding.
No, if you, next time you take the East Side Connector, come in off, where McClellan is.
Yeah.
When you head into the city, on your right-hand side, you have to catch it real quick. There's one fountain there, and this one woman complained to me. She said they never turn it on, and she's a runner.
Right
So by
on
the
the
time she
corner
gets there, that's not right at the corner. It's in a few,
No, I mean, if you're going east, it's on the right hand, it'd be on the north.
well, if you come in from McClellan and you're heading into the city,
Yeah.
head towards Buffalo Road and all that, it's on your right-hand side. And it's closer to like McClellan. I'll try to find out the exact point where it was. I found it one day, and this woman that runs and walks, she said, by the time I get there, I'm thirsty, and it's never on.
Maybe she's better off instead of drinking that water.
Yeah, but I mean, why do we have fountains,
You think we have that big fountain over there that squirts
Talking
all the
about
water in the air?
Well, when John and I were
We
kids,
can't have a regular drinking fountain?
they had, remember that 4-1, John?
Yeah.
It was it's still there. It's a stone one.
Oh, yeah.
But they probably can't fix that one. The pipes are probably broken it.
Yeah.
But put another fountain up.
Well, I'm just kind of stunned there isn't a fountain in there anywhere.
When we did renovation, we should have put one in.
I don't know why they haven't.
Should have put one alongside that building. That one, our stage.
Okay, yeah. The prison. Looks like a prison.
Well, you have to, John.
I know,
They break into
keep
it.
people I get why, but
But that's what she brought up about hydration, John.
yeah, I mean, actually, that's a good
Oh,
point.
they should be there. I remember when I was a kid, the fountain that changed the lights and all that, that baby went up about 40 or 50 feet in the air.
Yeah, they say it didn't, but we both know it did.
Well, yeah, in fact, when you got a breeze, it would blow the water all the way up to North Park or South Park Road there.
Do you remember when they put fountains at the end of the Transaway Mall and they took them down?
Yeah.
Only in Erie do you have spraying. Well, you go to Pittsburgh, they got a fountain that shoots up. God knows how high it is.
Yeah,
And if you're sitting there, you get sprayed, and guess what? Everybody loves it.
yeah. I love the fountain downtown.
As a little kid, you could get it right down on the corner off of French Street.
Yeah.
The wind, depending on the wind.
You go to Chicago, you got that big fountain you see on Married with Children.
Oh, the Grant Park.
Yeah, Grant Park, the Buckingham Fountain, or whatever it is.
Love and Marriage.
Kids love that. They go down there, they get wet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they love
this-
the spray.
So is this one. It's busy in the summertime.
But think about it, when we were kids, it went up a lot higher.
Gender on the agenda this week, huh?
Pardon?
Transgender vote this week on the
Yeah, that's about mandatory counseling without, consent of the parents, I think.
Well, how are you guys even involved in that?
I don't know what's going on down there. There must be something in the
Is that a
water.
federal?
Somebody, well,
I've seen some of it on social media. Conversion therapy, it's
yeah, I
called?
think they can order, what somebody told me is they can order kids to have, they can order them to go to counseling,
Who's they?
like school districts and different things.
Okay.
And some parents say that they're okay with their kids being as they are, and
Yeah.
it's their
Okay.
decision, not the government.
Yeah.
So, and I don't understand, it's something about like, they can force you to attend classes to try to change
To change your gayness?
your attitude on anything, and that gets dangerous,
That doesn't even make any sense.
But, I mean, it's like saying, I don't like what you are, so I'm gonna make you go to
Yeah.
classes.
I mean, you guys are talking about that on council?
Well, no, we're saying, our rule says you can't force anybody to do that.
I mean, isn't that a federal law? How does that come down to you?
I think sometimes they start low and they work up their way,
Unbelievable.
It's just like these people on the Citizen to Be Heard. They're talking about growing up plants for bugs and everything else. My God, what the hell's wrong with them people?
I'd say, we're getting into, I laughed, John, when I called upstairs, they got all upset because I asked for numbers.
Don't be bugging people.
And I rode around town, John, do you remember how many, they actually said I was wrong, that there was no high grass on 38th Street.
A taxpayer out there would like to know. In fact, I got a house across the street. I called. You have a new code enforcer that took Rob Bush's place.
Yeah, I know who she is.
And I left her a message, and I told her the address. I said it's an habitual. It's a landlord that's been there all the time. The grass now is 16 inches high.
In one place, they told me I was wrong. It wasn't the proper size, and I go, do I have to find one blade, 3 blades of grass? You know, the thing irritates me is, and I heard the mayor said the same thing on the radio, that 38th Street wasn't as bad as they said it was, but
All out there stuff.
you and I, we drive up there, and all of a sudden, when I came back from vacation, all the grass was finally cut. But the field next to my house starting to be high again. Just drive around town and take a look,
Sure, you can tell who's the landlord.
I mean, it's,
We need teeth in that code enforcement. I think we need a new director of code enforcement.
Probably. And when the person that called me complained, I was at the airport. How about that? I get a call at the airport.
Unbelievable.
So, I was having trouble hearing it. I said, look, if you didn't know the answer, then what you should have said was just say politely, I'll get back to you, I don't have the answer.
Well,
But I
you
said, you put me on hold, and I said, I can't wait forever.
What's that new girl's name, Connors or something?
It's not her fault. I mean, it's not their fault they don't have that answer right there.
Well, no, but I mean, when I asked a question, though.
Yeah, I mean, we did
You know what they told one guy?
We did call them at 2:58.
They told one guy that they weren't near their desk and they couldn't take a message, and that certain department head wasn't taking calls anymore. So I said, if you're mad at me, that's one thing. I'm a big pain, and I love it, because you know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
You know that, John. I really don't care.
Yeah.
But
Because you know what? It's time we start doing what we're supposed to do around here.
But sometimes people take advantage of that too,
address 4146, and you know the street.
Yeah.
Go down and ask them how come it's not taken care of.
4146, your street, right?
I live.
Pardon?
But the address is 4146. It's on the southeast corner.
It's your street, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I've been calling constantly, and I'm getting sick of taking pictures of it. So.
Well, I will say this publicly, and I hope, it gets back to Moss, but Moss is doing his job.
Oh, he does a fantastic job.
And I feel bad for him because he's the tip of the spear and he hears it.
Swinging everything over to him.
But every time I turn something into him, I get a nice response.
Yes, and he categorizes how many, when, time, date, and everything else. And the return call, he logs them into.
But I don't know why. It's one thing not to be on your street, John, or my street. But if you go down Parade, 38th, Pine, 26th, 20th, all the major arteries, Liberty, you don't see any high grass anywhere?
Yeah, right.
You got to be complaint driven? What are you doing?
That's true. And
what are you really doing?
I'll say one thing, the west side gets treated better than the east side. Why? Where's the mayor live, on the west side?
Frontier Park, I think.
Well, there's the reason. That's why they collect their leaves down there. Well, have a great afternoon.
I'll probably get another call, John, but I love it. You know what? Keep those calls coming, even if you hate me.
The Indians are on the Yankee trail tonight.
Yeah, but you know what? I think looking at the Indians, it might not be a good year.
Well,
might be selling off some of our stock really quick.
The Yankees, they got a whole new team they brought up and they're champions.
Well, you guys can buy a new team every couple of years.
Yeah, right.
We got the money, we spend it.
That's true, except for your Giants.
They sent old Becky up to Cleveland. That's going to make Cleveland a champion.
Well, you know what? He's having fun up there.
He's not even showing up. How do you know he's not? Yeah, he's having fun somewhere else.
Oh, he said he's coming to the next camp. Yeah, no.
Well, that's no big deal. Where was he?
He doesn't need to come. He's.
Oh boy, here we go.
Hey, as long as he catches his 80, 90 passes.
Yeah, right. Well,
what you don't know is him and Mayfield have been working out for 2 years.
What?
Yeah, they were working out with Jarvis Landry.
Oh, really?
So it's not like it's going into the dark with anybody.
Right.
He's had some,
All right.
See you, John.
All right, thanks, John.
Ooh, we're almost ready to go off the air.
Yeah, we are off the air.
Well, Mike's going to give us no.
He already did. He gave us the 1 minute about 40.
No, he didn't, did he?
You were gabbing.
What? We got a lot of phone calls.
You know, today was good.
John, you come back next week?
Yeah, probably. We'll
Okay.
have to see, as far as I know. We're off the air probably, but we'll take your call if you want, Cass.
Yeah, we'll do one more.
Go ahead, caller.
Do you know that there's a setting on your TV remote that you can boot your box?
No, I didn't know that. Is that the new clickers or the box?
No, on your remote. You can
Really?
do it from your easy chair.
Oh, I have to take a look at it. I never knew that.
You press the button.
What's it say? Boot on there actually, or?
Hold on.
Okay.
Press the button that says settings.
Oh, okay.
That's on the top,
Yeah.
near the top of the thing. Okay, you press the settings, and you go. You have a bunch of options that goes across the bottom, like parental guidance, favorite channels. Press quick settings. And you press that, then you just scroll down, and it says reboot receiver.
Oh, okay.
Actually, can you call back next week? We'll have, I bet you some people would be interested. We're probably gonna be off the air when they play the replays.
Yeah, so you want to call back next week early?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we'd be definitely, people would probably wanna know that.
Yeah, because this won't make the tape on the show. They'll
Yeah,
cut
it won't make the replay.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for calling.
Thanks for calling.
And with that, John?
Cass, peace out. Don't be getting me in any, be getting me into any trouble around here.
Nope. See ya. I don't mind it. You know what? Bring it on.
You know, I'm bothering people.
Here,
We got work to do.
You have been watching Taxpayers Hotline, recorded live from the fabulous city of Erie, Pennsylvania.